G'day, Brendon from the Psych Professionals here. I'm just doing a quick webinar just covering some of the questions that people ask about how a workplace trauma is affecting their sleep. So the most common question is it normal to have trouble sleeping after a trauma? The answer is yes, it is very common. And the reason that is because your levels of stimulating hormones like cortisol and adrenaline are kind of a bit raised, and that inhibits sleep. It also makes you hyper-vigilant, very anxious, and all those sorts of things can sort of inhibit sleep. It does have a purpose, that being we're designed to survive, not always feel good. This kind of thing works wonders millions of years ago when we were hunting mammoths and saber-toothed tigers. In the modern age, not so much. So the purpose is to help us survive. We faced a trauma. This hypervigilance serves a purpose to make us more focused on protecting ourselves. Unfortunately, that does affect sleep. Another question is, how can trauma affect my sleep patterns? Like I said, trauma causes an increase in cortisol and adrenaline, the sort of neurotransmitters and hormones that make you more alert. And being more alert can make it really hard to wind down and get into a good sleep. Furthermore, it can prevent you from going into a deep sleep and waking up recharged and just feeling anew. And quite often those levels of cortisol and adrenaline can still be high in the morning. Normally these hormones kind of spike to help us wake up in the morning, but at these high levels of stress already, they can result in symptoms of panic or anxiety first thing in the morning. Another question is, why do I have distressing dreams about the incident? This is kind of up for debate as to the purpose of dreams, but one thing is for certain is dreams serve to help us process things that we've learned or experiences or changes in life. It helps us understand these things and problem solve while we're not awake. In the context of trauma, dreams can come about as nightmares because we're trying to process an experience that we've never experienced before and had levels of distress and trauma that we've never experienced before. So dreams are all about the processing and acknowledging the experience, pretty much. Another question, how do anxiety and stress impact my ability to stay asleep? I've seen it in clients. I'll just go through some common things. The most common one is anxiety that comes about from rumination. Rumination being going over the incident over and over in our heads, thinking about what could have been, what could have I done differently, trying to challenge reality or change what happened. Another one is sleep anxiety. Sometimes nightmares can cause a bit of a sleep phobia, and people develop a fear of falling asleep and experiencing these nightmares. So that's another one. Hypervigilance, like I said, increased levels of cortisol and adrenaline, just being G'd up at the time of going to bed. It just makes it hard to fall asleep. What can I do to improve my sleep? I'll just go through some very basic things that anyone can do. One is to reduce napping. Sleep is like, it's something you need to build up throughout the day. When you build up fatigue and just the need for sleep throughout the day, you're more likely to need sleep at bedtime and have a fulfilling sleep. By napping, you sort of empty out your sleep tank, and when you go to bed, you're sort of not fully needing a sleep, and that can make it hard to fall asleep or stay asleep